Hi everyone, my name is Donna. Welcome back to my channel. I am here to talk to you about accounting and bookkeeping questions, whatever crosses your mind, anything to do business related actually. Today I wanted to talk about one of the biggest complaints that I get from small business owners, which is their bookkeeper ghosted them and what to do next. As always, if you enjoy these videos, please like, share, and subscribe. I try to make what actually feels sometimes like it's kind of dull to talk about. I try to make it as interesting as possible. But I think it's an interesting subject, but not everybody does. So there you go. So why did your bookkeeper ghost you? This really frustrates business owners, and for good reason. You really count on your bookkeeper to take care of your books, and this is why I always recommend that you have a bookkeeper that works with a company so that it's not just her, and so that if something happens and you can't reach her, hopefully there will be someone else to talk to. Now, why did she vanish? Kind of the number one reason is probably medical. Sometimes that stuff sneaks up on you. It could be something as simple as the flu. It could be a major medical emergency, especially if this has been going on for some time. One bookkeeper I've heard, well, one of the bookkeepers that I have worked with had to be out for 6 weeks because she had to have surgery, emergency surgery. I've had another bookkeeper that I didn't work with, but I knew about, who actually had a stroke and couldn't continue to work. And really, when that happens, contacting the clients is kind of the last thing on your mind. Your first thing is making sure that you're being taken care of yourself, and then, if you're incapacitated, you're incapacitated. Another reason is they just get in over their head and they don't want to tell you. This does not happen with my company, by the way, because I know what I'm doing. I'm very, very good at what I do. But I have seen bookkeepers do that. I've even had some of my bookkeepers do that. They get in over their head. They don't want to ask me questions, which drives me crazy. And then they disappear. Now, the benefit, I guess, of that is that they're working with me, and my clients never have a problem. Another problem that does come up, kind of related to the idea that they're in over their head, is that they end up with clients. We really only allocate a certain amount of time to each client so that we can manage our time. It's not to shortchange the client. It is so that we can make sure that we are taking good care of all of our clients. And if you have clients that are more demanding and are they're piling things up, and they're putting adders onto their services, or they're asking us to add more accounts, but they don't want to pay for them, that causes a problem. It causes a problem because we really have so much time allocated to each client. If we have one big client, if we have one big client, they may take 15 hours for one client, 25 hours for another client, but they're paying a lot more for that. And a lot of inexperienced bookkeepers do not understand what it takes to take care of a client. Now, I have been in the business for 12 years. I was starting with this not that old. 2006 is when I started doing bookkeeping from home. I started working with, co-founded Simplify My Books in 2008. And this is what I've been doing ever since. So I have a lot of experience. I know how to dial these clients in. I know how long they should take, and I still have inexperienced bookkeepers come in and they get in over their heads because they really don't know how much time to allocate. A lot of clients expect a financial advisor along with the bookkeeping. That is something that I do. I will coach my clients. But my bookkeepers, a lot of bookkeepers just aren't wired for that kind of thing. And with really inexperienced people, sometimes they find it just so much easier to just ghost than to talk to the client and explain that, no, they're in over their head. And the really sad thing is a lot of these inexperienced bookkeepers, they want more business, but they can't handle the business that they already have. So either they have to, and it's worse, I think, personally, from my experience, it's worse when they are married and have kids because they don't realize how much this takes, and they have family that may or may not understand the boundaries of working from home. Now, I will be doing more videos on working from home and why it's so important to have these boundaries in place for your family. Again, I have been doing this for 12 years, so it's very, very easy. But again, if you have an inexperienced bookkeeper, she's probably not going to tell you that she's in over her head. And she probably doesn't have anyone to come in and support her, which is great about working with my company because I do support my bookkeepers and they have those resources that they need. Another reason that your bookkeeper ghosted on you is the relationship. If they feel like, in order for this to work properly, in order for us to be able to do your books correctly, there has to be a partnership. And that means that we need to be able to talk to you, and sometimes very frequently. We need, access to your information, all of your information. And we can't work with you if you're saying, well, I'm going to hide these other accounts over here. That means your books are going to be incorrect, and we're kind of left holding the bag. So if you want us to do a good job for you, you've got to be communicative. It just drives me kind of a little bit crazy when I have clients that go, well, I just gave everything to you and I expect you to know everything. I don't know how, I need that feedback. As amazing as I am and I accomplish miracles for my bookkeeping clients on a regular basis, I still need them to communicate with me. But I've had clients yell at me. I mean, really yell at me because I was asking, well, you wrote a check to John Smith. Who is John Smith and what was this for? Well, you should know that. I don't read your mind, dude. So some of those bookkeepers, if that relationship is bad, rather than confront the client, which can be kind of scary, they might very well ghost you. If it's a client that isn't even worth their time, they're probably going to ghost you. So, if you want to keep your bookkeeper long term, make sure that relationship is solid. Now, from the bookkeeper point of view, I always look to make sure that I'm not the one that's creating the problems. I want to make sure those lines of communication are wide open. I want to do a good job for them. I think that's pretty representative of most bookkeepers, whether they're experienced or not. They want to do a good job for you. Please help us do a good job for you by being understanding, forthcoming, and open about the questions that we're asking. Another thing is that business owners tend to forget that bookkeepers are independent contractors. We're not your employees. We are outside. We are an outside company. We're running our own businesses. We are, we have other clients, and so, and we're facing our own challenges. And that's, a lot of people say, oh, don't ever tell your clients about your challenges. I believe in being open, personally. There are certain challenges I probably wouldn't talk about because it's very, very personal, but I will give kind of an overview, just saying, I'm so sorry, I had another client that had an emergency. And then the worst scenario is that your bookkeeper was not actually working in your best interest. Now, I can assure you, if you work with my company, we do work in your best interest. We have several layers of review and audit that happens so that I have bookkeepers that report to me. I review their books. I make sure their books are correct. I look for mistakes, and that kind of frustrates some of my bookkeepers some of the time, because I want my bookkeepers to do a good job, but I am looking for those mistakes, and I'm looking for those mistakes to protect my clients and to protect my bookkeepers. I want to make sure that there's no way that my bookkeepers can work against my client's best interest. You know, and we do screen our bookkeepers to make sure they're qualified. So that's an important thing. So, you know, how do you make sure that you hire a great bookkeeper? Well, comment below or email me. Reach out to me through whatever media you're seeing this video on and hire me. That's how. If you look through my my online presence, you can see that I've been doing videos for 2 years now. If you look at the company that I'm now affiliated with, you can easily see that we've been in business for 10 years. We're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. You want to make sure that they have, you know, good reviews. We want to make sure that you want to Google them. You want to make sure that this is a person you actually want to talk to. Don't hire just the first person that you interview. Now, if you feel like it's a really good fit, absolutely, go ahead. We're going to ask for your business anyway. If you feel like it's a good fit, go ahead, but make sure, you want to make sure that they're affiliated with a company, not just doing books out of their basement, and that they have these layers of protection for you and for them and support so that you don't have the problem of them ghosting. That is it for today, and I will talk to you again soon.